So water is the bridge between worlds. Like, it's the bridge between matter and spirit. Spirit, there is no I, there is no body. There's just like is. You can't even call it existence. It's like a consciousness without existence, right? And because it is consciousness without existence, it exists everywhere simultaneously and nowhere, and all that other stuff that tends to linguistically confuse people. And then you have matter, and matter is like the opposite of that. It has no awareness, and it only exists right there. And it is that thing, right? And so water bridges that, and so it combines the properties of both. And in doing that, it creates what we call like embodied awareness, or an awareness that is looking from somewhere, right? And so it has the properties of looking from somewhere, like the body of water is there specifically. The looking is everywhere. The looking is the silent, invisible, like bulk water is the looking. But and so if you were to put something in the water, the looking at that thing would be from everywhere. Like when you're looking at your body or your nervous system, you're looking from everywhere, all around the body. And it's the sense organs generate a pattern in that totalizing looking that creates this experience of looking out, or of feeling in, right? But that's not the raw awareness of the body. The raw like thing of awareness is basically like if you're in a swimming pool, imagine that the water is the eyeball. The water is the sense organ. The water is the primary sense organ. The water is the sense organ that senses the sense organs. And so the sense organs are usually thought of as a narrowing or a filtering, but they're really not even that. They're not narrowing or filtering awareness. They're just, the awareness is in the body, and so the sense organs are making that body look a particular way. And so the water has the qualities of it's the awareness is everywhere-ish. It is aware. It is all that, and then it's mixed with matter, which is not aware everywhere, right? The water is localized to its body. And then the water is also like it exists right there. It's there and it's not somewhere else. And water can become more like spirit in terms of like turning into a vapor, or it can become more like matter in terms of turning into ice. But what we call human awareness, right? And the behavior of water is basically the behavior of all electrons. So all levels, all planes, all types of matter are essentially a bridge or a cross section between like the two poles of the yin yang sort of thing. And where they meet is a boundary layer of indeterminacy, a boundary layer of like yes and then that boundary layer is essentially water. Human scale awareness, right? Human scale yin yang combination is water. At the animal level, at the level of this realm, like water is that. If you were to, let's say that you went to the center of the earth or the center of the sun or something like that, and you had, it's liquid iron, right? Like at the center of the earth, you could have an ocean of liquid iron, and then a sky or like maybe the sky is liquid iron, and the surface is nickel or whatever. It's you're still looking at the boundary between like two fluidic layers come into contact with each other, like between the the outside vast emptiness, non-existence of spirit, and then the solid core of like isness right there. And that's how all the electrons everywhere seem to behave, is this like fluidic hybridity between the two poles. But in knowing that, you can see that water, like physically, the same way that people say Jesus Christ is God, you can make the same, like it's the incarnation, the embodiment of God, the hyper-paradox thing. You can make the same statement about water being consciousness, or water being awareness. It's like the embodiment of spirit. In the same way that like God resides in Jesus and makes that like a special event, spirit kind of resides in or uses water as the body. Like when matter hosts spirit, it kind of becomes fluidic. Dare say, I think it's like water. Yeah.